What's up, guys? And so I just got out watching a Haunted Mansion. Now, this is based on the ride at Disneyland, and this will be a quick reaction and review for the film. And now, going in the film, this is obviously based on the ride at Disneyland, and the things I've never seen on the ride. But it was a fun time watching this movie in a theater, and I definitely got a real kick out of this, especially with the scares that are thrown in this film, especially with this movie being a PG-13, and there are some creepy scares, especially some spooky elements as well, that is definitely based on the ride. And now, with the purpose of this film is with a mother and son that move into a mansion that is, of course, haunted, and with this ghost and see that's all haunts them, and they like find some people to get rid of it. And now, especially with this film having a star-studded cast with Rosario Dawson, and I love her performance, and even with LaKeith Stanfield, he was definitely the standout performance. And even with Owen Wilson, I really enjoyed him, and even with Dave DeFeo, and even with Tiffany Haddish, and even with everyone else, I just really enjoyed what this movie gave, and even there's some really cool Easter eggs and some connections, and that is also based on the ride, and even the film, I just really had a good time with it. And now, with the spooky elements and with the scary stuff that is in here, that is definitely in your face, and I definitely had a good time watching it. I did appreciate all the scares, and especially when it's a movie based on the ride, and there's definitely some scary stuff that the fans will definitely enjoy, and so especially appreciate, especially about the film, and even for how this movie opens, and the way that it continues on with the plot and its story, it's definitely a good time, especially with this team that is helping out this mother and son to get rid of this ghost, or and see that's in their mansion, and helping them to get rid of it as well. And even with all these, there's some good scares, and also a good spooky stuff to enjoy as well. Especially from the star-studded cast, and with LaKeith Stanfield, I really enjoyed his performance, and even with this character's story, and even how it plays into the plot of the film, it can get a sort of dope, but at the same time, it's a sort of interesting as well. And even with the chemistry that has with the mother son, it's just sort of touching. It's sort of like a father figure, and even so, even from the entire cast, especially with Owen Wilson, who plays some sort of priest, and even with someone that does have some twists, and even with some fun stuff, and even with a day to feel I love his character, especially as I love day to feel as an actor. He was definitely the standout, and also with Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays some sort of woman, it's sort of a mystery ball, and even some sort of, even with a Tiffany Haddish, who plays some evil spirit who summon ghosts, and even she was a fun one to watch, and even so with the entire film, I thought it was good, but at the same time it would be a sort of dull and kind of bland too. But I gotta say that it was not a fantastic, but it was sort of good, but it was a fun time as well. And even with the fans of the like I said, when we get a kick out of this, there's some cool moments to enjoy with some fun spooky elements to get scared of, and even so, I just enjoyed the film for what it was, but at the same time, it was sort of good and sort of dull too. Even as I was trying to enjoy the film, there was some inconsistent times, and even where the story can be kind of boring at times throughout the film, and even with everyone's performances, I really enjoyed it, especially with Rosario Dawson. And especially with the little kid who plays her son, and even so, I liked her character, and even I liked the chemistry between her and LaKeith Stanfield's character as well. I thought their chemistry was so good on screen, and even so, even throughout the rest of the cast, and I just really enjoyed it. But even with the film overall, it was sort of good, but at the same time, it can be dull and bland in between. But it's a fun ride, and this is just based on the ride at Disneyland. and even with all the Easter eggs and the connectivity from the ride, and the thing like fans will simply point out, and I really appreciate. And even so, I love all the spookiness, I love all the scares, and even for how this compares to 2003 as a haunted mansion with Eddie Murphy, but I kind of felt like with this movie to be a little bit better than that film, but even so, I just really enjoy it for what it was, especially with the characters, and even with our interactions, and even with these developments, it's really like underdeveloped pretty much. Plus, like there are moments to enjoy, especially as I love the chemistry between Ben and Travis, and like I love their chemistry in this film. It's just sort of like a father figure, and even with how it plays into the third act, it's just sort of cool as well. But even so, I just love the characters' interactions and their chemistry with each other. It was all played out well, and it was definitely well done. And even with the film's progression and its runtime, it can be a little bit boring in between because it's like with people trying to get rid of a demon and ghost as haunt them in their mansion. And even so, I just had a good time with this. This was definitely a fun time, and even as they were explaining LaKeith Stanfield's and characters like story arc, I thought the movie, I thought he had a pretty interesting arc and how it plays in the film. But even so, like it gave me a little bit bland, and like I said, it's like good, but not great or like fantastic. But it was definitely a fun time to enjoy the movies. And now, with my final thoughts on the Haunted Mansion, I thought this was a fun time. It was definitely good, but like not great. It was definitely a fun ride to enjoy in the theater, especially with fans of the ride will definitely enjoy this. There's some fun Easter eggs and connectivity from the ride itself, especially that there was a great performance, especially with LaKeith Stanfield, Owen Wilson, and Dana Fino, and so much more. I think that there are some great storyline to enjoy. Even with the plot itself, it was sort of fun, but at the same time, it was sort of dull and bland too. But hey, I just really enjoy this film, and like this was a fun time to enjoy it in the theater. So I really enjoy it, and I hope everyone else does as well. And so that is gonna be a purpose video. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below, and what your thoughts on the Haunted Mansion if you've seen the movie, and give me a rating 1 out of 10. Give this video a like and subscribe to turn on notifications about future videos, and also follow my socials, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.